Hi, I'm Kevin Hill, and today I thought we would do another uncut painting. So let's get started. We'll start off today with the 2-inch brush and some red. And I'll start here in the middle and just create like a little light area in the sky. And let that blend up to about there. Just like that. Now I thought we would have some water in this painting, so we'll just do the same down here at the bottom. Just like that. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of blue and some black. Blue and black. And start up in the corners and just let that work across the sky. And have it work down to about there. Get a little bit more of that and paint the water in. Just like that, no big deal. Now, with a clean brush, we can come in here and blend the sky. Just using big X's and just kind of taking all the brush marks out of the sky. And same with the water, we'll just go back and forth like that. Alright, now we can change to a fan brush and grab some white. And we'll throw a couple of little clouds up here in the sky. Just some basic little clouds, nothing complicated today. There, something like that. And I'll do one over here. Just drop them in. Decide where you want them and then just throw them in. No big deal. And maybe we'll do one in the pink area over here. There. And change to a clean brush. And we'll just blend them a little. No big deal. Tiny little circles. And we'll fluff them and blend them. There. Just like that. No big deal. And now we can change to the knife. I guess we'll grab the knife. And some blue and black. Blue and black. And some red. And we'll throw a nice little mountain up here. I thought we would have a snow-covered mountain today, so we'll just put in a nice little basic shape. Something like that. No big deal. Now I'm scraping a lot of that paint away. I just want to stain the canvas. Mix up a little bit more color. And we can keep on going. There, just like that. And that's about all we need. And we can grab a brush, just pull that out. That removes a little bit more paint and makes it look kind of misty. There, something like that, no big deal. And right to about there. And now, I'm going to grab some white, and we can highlight this mountain. No pressure, just let that paint break. Just let the knife float right down the mountain. No pressure at all. much, that's okay. There. No pressure at all. That's the biggest problem people have, is they just push a little bit too hard and you don't get all this nice breaking. There. Do a little on this back peak right there. Just a little. Now I'm going to mix up a shadow color with some blue and white. Something like that. Now we can come over here and test it, see if it looks right. And I think I'll add a little bit more blue to that. And just keep on going. No problem. Missed a spot over here, that's okay. You can just fill it right in. These are really not too hard to do. The key here is just you can't touch hard. If you touch hard, if you touch with any pressure at all, it's not going to work right. It's really the weight of the knife. Just pull it right down the mountain. Just the weight of the knife. There. And you can go back to some white and add another little thing that comes off like that. Maybe over here too. Just add another little piece to the mountain. Just change it up. Alright, now we can grab a clean brush and just tap to create some mist. Tap and lift up, following the angles of the mountain. That's all we need. Now, back to a fan brush. And grab some green, some brown, green and brown and black. Now that fan brush had some white on it. That was the one I did the clouds with. And we'll add even more white, because I want a light color now. And we can drop in a couple little trees here. Just a few. Just like that. And some land. We'll have some land over here. So just drop a little land in. And have it wander off right over there. So just tap it in with the fan brush. A little bit more paint. We can keep on making our trees. Not everywhere, just a few. Just a few, no big deal. There. No big deal. Okay, now we can actually just with that brush, just pull down for some reflections. Pull down. Straight down. Change to a clean brush and blend them. Just go sideways. And there's your reflections. And we can grab a little bit of white and put in a tiniest little water line back there. Not a whole lot, that's still pretty far back, but just a little. And now, I'm going to add more black to that color. More black and more brown. Make it darker. And we'll come over here and just go like that. Just drop in a nice piece of land that comes over like that. No big deal. There. Something like that. Have it come off to about there and stop. And while we have that color going, we'll add a couple little trees that are up on it. Just tapping with the brush. You can just drop them in that easy. No problem. Maybe we'll do another one right there. And don't be afraid to have them grow together. It looks more natural if your trees are kind of growing together and touching each other. And maybe one right there. Just drop them in, no big deal. Alright, I'm going to change to a clean fan brush and go through some yellow. Yellow and green. Yellow and green. And we'll put just a little bit of grass up on that. I guess it's like a little island thing. We'll just pop a tiny little bit of highlight on there. Not much. We'll have some foreground grass, but we just need a little. I'm going to add a little, tiniest little bit of paint thinner to that. There we go. And same on the pine trees. Just a tiniest little hint of highlight, not much. We'll have some closer ones. This is all we need for the background ones. Tiny little hint of highlight. And now I'm going to go ahead and darken the color up a little bit more. A little bit more black, a little bit more brown, less white. And, ooh, let's have a big old evergreen right there. Just decide where you want them and throw them in. No big deal. And he comes down to about there. Let's do another one right next to him. Right there. Kind of helps to give yourself a little guideline like that. I find it very helpful. Kind of gives you an idea of where you're going with your tree. A little bit more color, and do one there. Just like that. Okay, now maybe we'll have some land like that. It's connected to those trees. Maybe they're growing off of that little piece of land. There we go. And I'm going to grab that brush I was highlighting with and do the same. Just pop a little bit of highlight on the grass. Work in layers. Leave some dark. Good dark color showing through there. See that? Maybe have a little like that. And since these trees are a little bit closer, I'm going to grab some brown and white. Brown and white on the knife. And I'm going to add tiniest little tree trunk to some of those. Just a little. It's going to get covered up most of it. Now back to the fan brush. And we'll highlight. Now I'm going to thin that down just a little. Not a lot. A little bit of paint thinner. And we'll keep on highlighting. Maybe there's some right here. There. Okay, now we'll grab a brush and we'll just pull straight down for some reflections. Straight down. And see where the trees are, pull them way down. And then go across. Just like that. And let's have a little bit of land. It comes off just like that. There. And grab a little bit of brown and white and put just a tiny little touch of highlight on that. And maybe I'll make that color a little bit darker and throw some land over here. There we go. And once again, we'll highlight that. No pressure with the knife. And we'll go back to some white and drop in a little bit of a water line. Just like that. No big deal. Just let them run right on out to about there. Now I'm going to change to a 1-inch brush. Grab a whole bunch of nice dark color. And we'll just smash in some foreground. No big deal. This is black and green mostly. Just black and green. We want this good dark paint in there because we're going to put highlights on top. We have to have dark for the light to show. And I think we'll have a bush right here. And maybe another bush right there. There, no big deal. You can decide where you want your bushes. It's kind of nice to have them grow up like that. Kind of push everything back a little. See that? Push your background back. Okay, now fan brush and some dark color. Oh, let's put in a big old tree here. Big pine tree. Just smash him in. Get him good and dark. This one should be the darkest. It's the closest. This is mostly black. A little bit of blue, but mostly black. Do another one right there. Just using the corner of the fan brush and tapping. There, just like that. Get them good and dark. Good and dark. And one more. Right there. Actually, we'll make him a little bit taller. There we go. Now we're covering up that background, but that's okay. A little bit of it will show through and it'll look nice. Get it good and dark. Alright. Now, brown and white on the knife. And we'll give these trees a little bit of a trunk. I got that one a little bit thick. And just make them a little bit smaller like that. And now, some paint thinner. Paint thinner and yellow. And we'll throw a little, tiniest little touch of highlight on these guys too. Think about limb shapes, don't just throw them in at random. There. And put a little bit more emphasis on the right side than on the left, because the mountain tells us that the light's kind of coming from the right. Just drop them on like that. There. Now, let's grab a clean brush and pull it through some of that paint. Really the yellow, some black and green. Rounding one corner. Rounded corner up, and we'll pop a little bit of highlight on these bushes. We don't need a whole lot. Add a little bit of paint there. If your paint won't stick, just thin it down. Not a big deal. There. See how much brighter that looks? There. Throw one right here. Just like that. Save your darks. Leave nice dark pockets in this. That's so important. Gotta save your dark. And let's highlight these over here. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to go back to that dirty brush and pull it through some of that yellow. Makes kind of a nice dark green. And we can add a little bit of grass in here just by tapping with that brush. Tap and you create these little this grassy meadow here. There. Just a little. There. Now I'm going to grab a touch of white. Touch of white. Add to that. Really sparkle it up. Much brighter now. And add just a little bit of light on that grass. Right there. Like the sun's just hitting it. And then let it work out darker and darker and darker. There. Alright. I'm just going to scratch in some sticks and I think we'll be done. So I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. I'm going to be making some more videos soon. And thanks for watching.